you a step-by-step tutorial on how to actually AFK farm and how to actually AFK auto sell in the Forge. So this is a pretty easy step, easy process. This is the method right here, bro. So the first things you need to go ahead and do is get a private server. Now, if you don't have a private server, that's fine. You can do this on a public server. It's just that it's way harder if you're doing this on a public server than a private server. Now, the next step will be to get the sell anywhere pass. Now, you don't necessarily need this, but it just makes this a whole lot easier. And then the next thing will be you need to get Tiny Task. So I'll go ahead and link the link for Tiny Task in the description below. So what Tiny Task is like it's like an auto clicker, but just a way easier auto clicker if you know what you're doing. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get straight into the tutorial. And if you guys do like the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the video. And if you do have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the description below. And let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So I already have every single thing, but I'll show you guys how to actually get Tiny Task. So for Tiny Task, I have the link linked in the description below. So when you head over to the Tiny Task website, you don't want to click on this download over here. Go ahead and click on this blue one. That's all you need. So once you have this downloaded, it'll be in your download folder, and then you'll need to go ahead and install Tiny Task. Now, the first thing you need to go ahead and do is click on Preferences. So once you have Preferences clicked on, you want to go ahead and click in Always on Top. So whenever you click on Roblox, Tiny Task does not minimize itself. So that's the first step. And then for the next step, you want to go ahead and choose whatever island you're on. So I'm currently on what island? I think it's a Forgotten Isle, Forgotten Kingdom. Okay, that's it. Yeah, Forgotten Kingdom. So once you're in whatever island you're in, you want to go ahead and look for ores that are. So you want to go ahead and look for ores that are right next to each other. So let's go ahead and do that. These mobs, bro. Okay, nice. So this is what I'm talking about. So you want to go ahead and look for ores that are right next to each other, like these ones right here. So have your, and then you want to go ahead and stay right where you can mine both of them at the same time, like that. Exactly. So go ahead and click on Preferences. Now, if you're like in a 60% to like a 65% keyboard, this will be a whole lot difficult for you because you don't have access to your function keys. Now, before we go ahead and start working on Tiny Task, there's a bunch of other things you actually need to do. So when you open your inventory, you want to go ahead and set this to stash first. You don't want this to be on equipment. You don't want this to be on index, achievements, none of that. So just stash. And then for the ores you don't want to actually sell, okay, so open up your stash and then sell items and then select all. Now notice how the ones I have starred are not selected. So when I click on accept and then sell, the ones I didn't have starred sold. So when you're over here, make sure you have the stash. Make sure you have your inventory just a stash. This is a very important step. Now, the next thing you want to go ahead and do is set your preferences. So you want to go all the way down, and you need to set this to continuous playback. You don't want this have to set playback loops. You want to have this in a continuous playback. Now, for recording hotkeys, you want to have this in F8, and for playback hotkey, you want to have this in F12. So you can do this vice versa. It really doesn't matter. You can have the recording hotkey set to F12. You can have the playback hotkey set to F8. So once you have that done, you want to go ahead and start farming. So make sure you don't have the control button clicked on. You want to deselect that. And then notice when I click on F8, this turns red. So look at this. That turns red. That turns red. Exactly. So the moment you press F8, you want to start mining immediately. So F8 and then start mining. Nice. So once you have that done, you want to go ahead and click on sell items, select all, accept, and sell. And then close out of this, and then stop the recording, F8. Before you start the playback recording, you need to wait for the ores to respawn. So let's go ahead and wait for that. Now, the moment both the ores respawn, you click on F12. And notice when I click on F12, just watch what happens. F12. So notice how the outline of my screen actually has this red outline. So that means the playback has actually started. So I'm currently not using my mouse. I'm not using anything. It's auto farming by itself. So this is a pretty easy process. And it'll actually auto sell by itself as well. So you don't have to worry too much about anything. And you can do the same thing for mobs as well. So you can auto farm mobs, auto sell mobs. There's really no limit to how much you can do with Tiny Task. That's if you know how to set it up correctly. So boom, and that's done. Heads over to sell items, select all, the ores I don't need, sell them, yes, and we're good to go. And then that's it. And then if you want to stop the recording, just click on F12 and the outline just leaves your entire screen. So that's a step-by-step tutorial on how to actually AFK farm in the Forge. This has to be one of the easiest tutorials out there, honestly. And if you guys do have any questions, you can go ahead and leave in the comment section below. And the first 5 people who actually leave a comment the first 5 people who actually leave a comment on the video, I'll be giving you direct access to my private server. And without further ado, I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one.